baby, do the locomotion. We're getting flagged for that. Still don't know where I was going, but thinking the Tiffany version. I love Tiffany. Yeah, she's awesome. She was like touring malls. Anyway, setup versus QC.
Hate them both. Not a fan.
Control. Both like not necessary to us. We don't care.
I want to fight my guitar. That's what I love the most. People say that.
No, well, I mean, that is kind of like part of like, if not, we would all just play PRS guitars, right? Because like that's the easiest, smoothest thing to play. But no, we like Fenders and Gibsons and things that make you work. Anyway, there is a difference, and like, where does the responsibility lie with the manufacturers? Where does it lie with us just know a little bit of know-how, things that happen in shipping, things that are quick little tweaks? Let's get into it a bit, right?
Yeah.
Click like, subscribe.
Ring, ring. Hit the bell.
Bell. Yeah, I was like, what is that?
Bell.
It sounded like some horror film thing.
Bring out your dead. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be fine. You know.
Bring out your dead.
Yeah.
No, so this could sort of hit. We've been talking about doing this video for a while. It's been in the queue for about a month, I think. And then it hit home just about on Monday. It was Monday. We had this great gentleman come in from Cary, I believe, and he bought a great, wonderful Final Fantasy guitar. It was a cool guitar. I'm sort of sad to see it go.
Did he end up getting that?
You got that.
I didn't even know.
I know you.
That's awesome.
Something. Was it Tuesday?
No, I was
on
around
Tuesday.
Maybe it was Tuesday. Maybe I just come in.
No, I think it was,
for lessons. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
One
day in the past.
Don't mind the train in the background. We live next to a train station. It's super fun though. No, but he brought in a Paul Reed Smith SC hollow body with piezo, and there was a rattling noise, and it took us a little time to.
And now some people say like a rattling noise, and they bring in their guitar, and we're like, this was like super apparent.
This was like really rattling.
Yeah, you couldn't play this.
You're playing like a G in the middle strings, and like it's just rattling. And sometimes you don't know if that's coming from inside the pickup cavities, and it's like going all the way down because you feel like you hear it in the headstock.
Sounds travel.
And this was like, I saw you and Derek like holding things and stuff, but y'all diagnosed it. It wasn't the headstock; it was the tuners.
Yes.
It was and that's usually where we first checked, but we couldn't quite tell. It was the you had to tighten the screws a little bit.
On the actual little buttons,
into the buttons. It wasn't the gear. It was the tune. It was a couple of them, right?
Two of them
that were loose, and that could have been something that when it left the factory, it got shaken loose, or it just wasn't screwed in where it needed to be.
And I mean, it was like less than a quarter turn to tighten.
It wasn't like coming out.
No. But it was not the reason. It was I think it was like the G and the A strings. It was just certain frequencies that vibrated it.
And that's always the case. And guitars are weird things. There's going to be vibrations, but that was something because I know he was frustrated. He was really nice, but he was sort of. It's like I think he bought it from Sweetwater.
Amazing. I mean, it felt great. It looked.
Well, the top and the back is great, but like he's like, I'm thinking about returning it. I was like, let us take a look at this. And so again, this wasn't a guitar we've sold this gentleman.
No,
by any stretch.
Yep.
But and that's another pitch for why guitar shops are still so great. Like we're not charging anything to fix it and diagnose it. It took 15, 20 minutes. Figure out, probably
about 15 seconds to actually fix.
But maybe it wasn't that long. Maybe it was just like 10 minutes of diagnosis.
Yeah, it was probably 15 minutes.
Okay,
because we had to, we weren't sure. Sometimes those things are crazy when you got a phantom.
No, we had an Taylor 810 years ago. It was one of our dear friends. Like we did all sorts.
And
of
we think we got it, man.
I think we sent it back to Taylor.
I think we finally did
to repair it. And then it came back.
It was, dude, that one was crazy.
But that guitar was so good. I was like, I can't let you. We normally just return it if it's done. But he's like,
but it was great.
It was a magical 810. I don't know why that guitar was so good. It had everything you want, like a Martin and a Taylor to have.
And it was one of the very last 810s.
Yeah, it was good guitar.
Yeah, it was.
Now, I'm gonna yawn because you did.
Dang it!
No, I'm not. Fought it.
All you guys are yawning too, right?
Take that.
Right?
Ooh. Could be girls. It's like 2 girls that watch this.
It's not true. Only maybe if their husbands make them.
That's why I combed my hair this morning for you to look nice.
I know our friends Kim and Corey watch together.
No,
so at least we have at least one.
Yeah, one lady.
One lady.
No, so that was,
we have ladies.
That was an issue. Just it was such a simple fix once we figured it out, and didn't need to, that could have been something. Went back to Sweetwater. They had to do like their thing and cost thing, and then maybe I would go back to PRS for some dumb reason. And
but he would have missed out on a really cool guitar.
He would have missed out on a great guitar, and we didn't want that to happen. Because it's not something you do as a shop. Like, well, let's pivot this into a sale for. We didn't know he was going to buy a guitar from us. It was crazy. It was just such a nice guy. It was like I feel like I met a new friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's kind of close.
He's close. We'll see him again. He's got cool eclectic taste, which I like. But no, so sometimes there are some serious QC issues. And as we've talked about before, the manufacturers have had outrageously more QC issues than before since pandemic.
That's yes. Yes.
Just respond.
It's like what to say. There's nothing else to say. That's just.
We're fixing a lot of things, and it's basically minor stuff like that.
The thing about a minor thing like that, right? This happens to me psychologically. Like if I get a new guitar and I have an issue like that, and it's nothing, still it spoils something.
It does.
And if I want to believe 99.9% chance that guitar had come to us and we were selling it, we would have found that and fixed it before anyone would have bought it or before we would have shipped it to whoever ordered it. And they would have never had that negative experience.
Yes. That's the idea.
I think.
But then things do happen in shipping too sometimes, obviously.
So yeah, no, that's not even like a ding on Sweetwater because again, maybe that loosened itself up like that because the FedEx driver.
So we had an issue with a customer. It was a PRS SE hollow body.
Yes.
It's funny. This we shipped to a customer. Like he's like the neck pickup's not working. Like so we go through the normal steps. Like hey, listen, you know, return it, send it right back, full refund. He's like, I really love the top. It's gorgeous. I'm like, cool. If you want us to take it, send it to PRS, they'll have it. You'll have it within the month. They say within a week or two. It means a month.
It's probably a month. Yeah.
And that's if you're lucky sometimes. And then he's like, okay, cool. Or I was like, if you have a Luther you can take it to, like I'll pay for it. So it's easier and faster for you. You live in a big city. He took it to Luther. The pickup wire is somehow taking a hit, I think. And the wire got pulled from the pickup.
Yeah.
And then easy fix. But then he said, I know, so a couple of like finish checking on the bottom near the jack, which must have been when it took a hit.
Probably.
So I was like, you know, let's just return the guitar. And so we're going to figure it out. And that's a shipping issue because it was working fine before. Now,
there's a certain amount of that, right, that you have to expect. You know, I mean, that's not as much as you'd think, though.
No,
it's
like,
pretty rare for us.
UPS and FedEx have done pretty good by us so far. We don't use the USPS, unfortunately, just because
Hardly ever.
If we ship out of country, it's a nightmare because you can't track it anymore once it leaves. It's like, well, somewhere. Where?
We don't know. We got it to the border. Good luck.
Can't do anything about it either. Oh, but something's wrong. The guy's a customer. He's a criminal. We just found out. Sorry, I guess the criminal gets a free guitar. Because like with UPS or FedEx, we could like call back and be like, hey, return. If we can figure it out during the transaction. You should have figured it out before. Yes, we should have. We're stupid. Sometimes that happens. But no, it's like there's certain things that, let's say it's a twisted neck. That's really hard to fix. That's a QC issue. Not talking about a little truss rod adjustment. There's something wrong in the manufacturing of it.
Yeah.
That's something that shouldn't, and those do leave the factory sometimes. And you know, obviously if you're buying direct, you're going to get it straight from the factory. You're going to get the guitar. You might not know it's twisted because you might be a new player for the first year. Hopefully, if a shop gets it, they can find a twisted neck pretty quickly on it. We've missed it before. We have too. Like it does happen.
It is tricky sometimes, things like that, right? Because if you're not playing a certain area of the neck, you may not notice it for a long time. You know, but
we're both sitting with our arms crossed. That's cool.
You did it, and I just did it.
The yawns, the arms crossed, and we're doing such cool, cute things today together. It's fun. I enjoy it. No, it's the job of the shop is to be the gatekeeper of the piece and to check obviously the QC and the setups of guitars, but it's also the job of the shop. And we're kind of nuts about it. It's like, I don't care where you got the guitar from. We want you to have joy with that. Like and it usually costs $0 if it's something like what happened with that gentleman. It was just fun. We could fix it. We got to be detectives for a minute, but it's just to keep the community going. And like, even if you're 3 hours away, I consider that within the driving community.
Oh yeah.
And we have customers like that all the time. And it's a guitar they didn't buy from here, or it's a guitar they did buy from here. And they just want to tweak easily. If not, no worries. Truss rod adjustments, super easy. I did it for a guy at the bike shop the other day. It was fun. Yeah, you just like, my guitar's not working. I gotta play. You know, he's having a bad day, a little depressed, and the shop's quiet. I was like, went up there, fixed it up for him. Piece of cake. Part of what guitar shops are for. Now, if you have serious issues with these guitars, most of the manufacturers are really, really good about helping. Some better than others. I'm gonna give Paul Reed Smith the gold star as far as they're helping when there's an issue. They're really quick about it. I have a rep there that I can contact immediately, and he's usually like Johnny on the spot. Like, I got it. Where do you want me to go? He's like in the alien drop shit in Aliens, the sequel, James Cameron's masterpiece. Like just all ready. Let's go. Come on. You know what I'm talking about with like the beautiful like Latino girl that's got the machine gun that attaches to her like her back and stuff. She pivots like a. Oh my god, it's such a cool. I can't wait till my kids are old enough to watch that movie with them. I watched it way too. My mom took me that when I was 10 in the movie theaters.
Of course,
that was wildly inappropriate. Things ripping out of their bellies. It's like I don't think my mom knew what she was doing. She also took me into Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
I was way older for that, though.
I still haven't seen the new one.
I'm talking about the original trash basket one.
With the crazy, yeah.
The new one's really not that good. It's just...
Yeah, I think you're comparing it to that one.
It was... No, it's... No, it's definitely like there's so many things that are such easy fixes. So if you get the guitar, like I'm imploring to you, like don't immediately be like I got to send it back. Like I don't care about us. I'm talking about for the big guys like Sweetwaters and Guitar Centers, and it's usually such an easy fix.
Especially if you love the guitar. And I mean, there are times. Like I have a friend who recently, and I actually told him that. He asked me about some noises, and I was like, hey, you should try this. Try these simple things, because chances are it's just normal stuff. He ended up sending that one back, and actually did it with Gretsch and Fender. They sent him a brand new one. My Gretsch had some little things that I just are normal things, but there was a time in my very young guitar playing life I wouldn't know what to do, and I'd have been like, oh my god, fix this,
Well, Gretches are their own little thing, which I love. And Gretsch has a great release this year.
You got to know that about the company you're buying from, right? Like I know, okay, I'm probably gonna tweak a few things myself.
Two Rock is also MVP as far as customer service. Because you're paying, that's like a high end, very expensive, like it's like a Bugatti of the amplifier. It's like everything's made by hand, and stuff can go wrong, but they will get you covered. Like once you get the amp, like something goes wrong down the road, you're a customer of theirs for life.
Yeah, they're great.
Some of the stuff they've done to go out of their way to take care of customers has been
We've seen that from them.
Well after the sale. Like it's long past.
Which is cool.
I was impressed with Echo Park boutique thing. Like we had an issue with one thing, and like that dude, we shipped the guitar back to him. Like I think it was a guitar that we sold to a gentleman in Florida. He's become a good friend, strangely, because we both like The Last of Us too. I get to pitch that at everyone in episode 5. Oh my god,
I'm way behind.
Amazing. Well, I'll watch that one with you again. But there was an issue. I can't remember what the issue was. It was something small, but like he got the guitar back. He reworked, so he replaced one of the pots that even though the pot was fine, but he's like, I think this pot's better. He reshielded it in a different way. Like I want to refin some of the neck and just do this. So he's like, I was like, man, like it's like a new guitar. That the customer's like, holy crap! Like he did
mad science treatment there.
That's what happens. And then the guitar's getting featured in a review, I think, too, by it's either Ultimate Guitar or somebody. I can't remember.
That's cool.
One of the guitar publications.
We've had really good experiences with most of our boutique stuff. Like Magnetone's been really responsive. They're super helpful. When there's a rare problem.
Cassidos is really bad though because he's just so busy counting all of his money because he just sells so many guitars.
Just fanning himself.
Like, I can't count money right now. Sorry, Baxter. Like he and Stephanie are sitting there like just like lounging in their yacht. They have a yacht now. They bought a yacht. So if you want a Cassidos guitar, tough luck. It's too late now. He's just rich and famous.
I blame Danish Pete.
I'm sorry, Carlos.
It's all Danish Pete's fault.
The Danish Pete start crying, and they cut it. Danish Pete crying it. Danish Pete's like the equivalent of those TikTok girls, like I gave my life to this guy. Then they're filming themselves in like their break after the breakup. Danish, I wasted years of my life. Danish Pete, shout out to you. I'm dropping the gauntlet, you pretty little Dane.
He's very pretty.
Yeah,
he's got a great accent. He's pretty.
I don't know if his accent's that
He's
great.
better guitar than everyone.
No, he's not.
He's pretty good.
He is good. I was trying to say. No, he's not. He's not. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We
imagine having a whole nationality riding on your name.
He's like the best of his country. I'll give him that. Because his country has like 14 people.
We love Danish Pete.
It's just fun. I'm like ripping on Danish Pete.
Carlos is like, what? Why are they saying these things?
He's going to hear about it. So I'm not going to tell him about this at all. He's going to hear about it. That's the fun of this.
We're not sure what casino means now.
I was on the phone with him last night. Just wished him like a happy romance week or something. And I think he was on the yacht then. Because I could tell. I hear water. And like seagulls. Caw, and Steph's like, it hit my head again. Whack. And I heard her like she was killing seagulls. Albatross. I'm just too excited right now. I'm sorry. No, I don't even know what we're talking about. I know it's QC and setups, but I don't know where we were. We just got distracted. I just want to make fun of friends now.
That's the priority. That's the most important.
I mean, another sweet thing one of my students said the other day when I just do this. I pop in these high schools every once in a while. He's like, my sister's at like Fashion Week in New York the other week or something, and like there's these teenagers. This one teenage model dude looked just like you. He had the same haircut. I mean, he's better looking and he had more hair. And I was like, oh, but I was like, that's really sweet. I was like, that's a nice way of saying like, some of my hair's not there, Baxter. I'm like, I know, but just little spots. This is what happens. You get older.
You should have been shocked. What?
What do you mean? It was a funny moment. But I was like, man, that's really sweet, dude. I actually enjoyed his compliment. It's like, hey, I look like a teenager at Fashion Week. If this is what a teenager at Fashion Week looks like in any way, there's dredging the bottom of the barrel.
I feel like that might be true. I mean, I feel like
100%.
I watched those of the runway things. I'm like, what?
I mean,
what is happening?
I was like, what is she wearing? Meat? Is that meat on her breasts? Oh,
I don't know. I just don't. I mean,
but I
guess it trickles down. I don't know. I guess
no, meat does not trickle down. Freaking high.
Next week when I'm in Walmart, I'll see if there's any meat clothes.
Good shirts now. It is frustrating. I spend a lot of money on
shirts, jeans, all of it.
This is a nice jacket shirt thing. It doesn't have pockets. I don't really know what it is, but it's nice.
I have some nice ones that don't have pockets.
This one's okay. I like it. This touch the fabric. It's really nice. It's got a stretch too. I know it's really nice. I don't know what it is.
It's
fancy.
But a shirt. I like that it's like a layer with no.
It's a little big
insulation.
Too. I think that's.
I get hot.
This is my setup, and this was Jonathan doing QC on me.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Here, a little tweak there.
So, if you know something that knows tweaking a bit, you can fix some of your problems. But sometimes the stuff is just gonked up beyond,
or if you had a guitar shop, if you had a nice kind shop that you trust.
Yeah, just bring them in. They will help you.
Probably.
They should.
Unless they're assholes.
Unless they're the holes of asses. That's all I got. The holes of asses is how I say it. That one not actually cussing. You're the hole of an ass, my friend.
Yeah.
He just called me something else I don't want to say. Thank you for joining us. And again, just thanks for spreading the joy out there and having fun with the guitar. We enjoy it. We're lucky every day we can do this.
It's true.
Thanks for watching. It means a lot.
We'll see you the next time.
Peace be with you.